Welcome back. I'm Gary Parr,
And I'm Cindy Baldwin.
and this is the midweek version of Fiber Talk, the twice weekly podcast for ground claw stabbers. Yep.
Yeah.
Sunday's guest, Letitia Gibier from Corey's Little Shop. Amazing stump and more gold work than stump worker, and who does not like the color gold.
Oh, so she uses all the colored metals?
Think about it. Yeah. See, it comes to you, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
Buckle up. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I can't
Yep.
wait for that one.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. You got it. I knew it would hit you. Yeah. Yeah. Some amazing work. So that is Sunday's thing. Um,
Yeah, that reminds me.
Patreon.
Speaking of,
Ooh, Clara Stitching. Look at that. Is
yep,
that for a project or did you just buy that for fun?
I just bought it for fun, although some of it might show up on a dragon.
There we go. Oh, I know about those dragons. Yeah. Okay. um,
But I'll see.
yeah. Yeah. Clara Stitching. Yeah, check her out. She's a good one. She's a good one.
Hmm.
Um, like, subscribe, share, all the things, please. Um, the sharing, the liking, the subscribing, it really helps. And uh, I have learned a couple things about new things with YouTube.
Oh,
Turns out, turns out that people are now watching with increasing frequency YouTube videos on their TV in lieu of TV shows. And YouTube is altering their algorithm to favor longer form YouTube videos
mm,
because people don't want to have to keep finding new ones and restarting and restarting. They want to put it on and let it run.
wow.
We happen to have a few long term videos. So
One
there
or
you go,
two.
folks. Check it out. Like and
Mm-hmm.
subscribe. But that it was interesting, and YouTube would know because they have YouTube TV. So
Right.
they can track both sides. And but that's interesting. But I find myself watching more YouTube on TV these days. You know, set aside Netflix because I got to have my Murder and Mayhem series and whatever. But I find myself watching more YouTube videos on TV these days than I do regular TV because there's nothing to watch.
Right.
And I can watch things that are of interest to me, like I watch a ton of cycling stuff
Mm-hmm.
and racing and all those things. Yeah.
Right.
So,
I've watched some of the live shows for Fiber Talk on my TV. I think the last one that I did was when Beth and two or three others were talking about their caskets,
oh, yes. Hmm.
and I just wanted to see it bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And that's the other part. Yeah. Instead of on your phone, it's just so much better on a big screen. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, and we
Yeah.
should point out the discovery we made too about when we do live shows, the comment panel,
Hmm.
that it doesn't show up till most of the time 24 hours after we finish the show. So if
Hmm.
you're watching it right away and you're not seeing what the audience is commenting, that's why. We can't control that. Um,
And you also have to toggle it on.
yes,
It doesn't come on automatically.
not default. It's not a default set. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're watching those and like you watch an old one and well, there's all the comments. Why can't I watch the new one? Well, you got to wait 24 hours. So um, they're there. The comments are there. I don't do anything. I mean, especially the live shows. I mean, they go to YouTube automatically. I don't do anything.
Mhm.
That's a direct feed. So that's just something to keep in mind if you know because we're talking about something somebody said in the comments, and well, you're the one that discovered it, and you know
Right.
what was it? What was it? Well,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, because I came in late. That wasn't one that I was live on, and I didn't know what you were talking about.
yeah, yeah,
So then I was trying to get the comments, and they weren't showing up.
right. But they will.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. Right.
So there's a YouTube tip for you right there. Yep. Patreon.com/FiberTalk. Really would appreciate if people would subscribe to support Fiber Talk. It really helps support the costs of storing all this data and publishing it and so on and so forth. So we'd really appreciate if you would become a Patreon subscriber, and that it isn't just support. When I put up 2 videos last week, we put up there's a lot of stuff there on the Patreon page that you can enjoy in addition to what we do every week on the regular channel. So patreon.com/FiberTalk if you are interested in supporting us and getting some of that extra content. Iowa State. What?
I might just say that people should notice that you don't do ads for anybody.
No.
Now,
No.
some of the other podcasts that I listen to are reading ads for companies, whoever. You don't do that.
Nope.
And so there might be some ads that actually not YouTube, your podcatcher might stick an ad in before and after.
Yeah.
Gary has no control over that.
No. Mm-mm. No.
But there's no income from ads.
No. No. The only time that we have sponsors, and those will be the Sunday shows, for instance, Avlia Folk Embroidery. And then that's something that I read at the beginning. That's the only time that there are ads that I control, and those are all needlework-oriented ads. But anything YouTube, any of the other ones before and after the YouTube, that's all YouTube's doing. And I think I can turn those off, but I haven't tried, and I'll let those ride because they're before and after, and most people can skip them. I'd like to say I get paid a ton of money if you watch them all the way through, but I can't say that without flat out lying to you, so I'm not even going to try. And I do block ads in the middle of shows. I will not, because that's one of the things they really push you to do is they want ads popping up in the middle of the show because people are going to notice them. I can't bring myself to interrupt, especially the Sunday interviews, with ads. I can't deal with that, so I block those. I don't even, never have allowed those. So yeah, those are outside my control. No ads on Patreon. I don't even know if you can do it, but it doesn't matter. I'm not going to do it. So yeah. So yeah, but consider subscribing to the Patreon thing. Having a lot of fun there. We did, and if you do at the top level, $10 a month, then you get to participate in Zoom sessions. And we've had a lot of fun doing, there's at least one a month. Last month we did 2 because when I was traveling, I just, out of left field, let's do one. And that was fun. So give that some thought. All right, Iowa State Fair. We have the results hot off the press.
Yes. So I won't tell you everything, but so Robin had 11 entries. She got 9 ribbons, plus the sweepstakes ribbon for the counted thread category.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
Go Robin.
I had 5 entries and I got 5 ribbons.
Oh, excellent.
One first place, and second, third, honorable mention, and I forget what the other one was. Maybe another second. And Ruth Top, she did the Fibonacci show with us, and she showed her fair entries last year. Entered 7 things and got 4 ribbons. And that's all that entered from our chapter, which I didn't realize. Normally we have at least 2 others that I know of. So I don't know why they didn't enter this year.
Oh, that's surprising because that's kind of you guys' thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But things happen. Sometimes
right.
You just don't have anything ready when it's time to deliver it or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. But still.
So yeah.
Bunch of ribbons. Well played.
Bunch of ribbons. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Robin got two first places and a couple second places in the counted threads. So really, that's why she got the sweepstakes ribbon in counted thread because she had more ribbons than any other person.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And and the other part of that is that the judge kind of considers all of the work and decides, who has whether or not it's worthy of a sweepstakes ribbon.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Congratulations,
So,
Robin. That's terrific. Yeah.
yeah. And we kind of so Robin and I went up to Osage, Iowa, which is 2.5 hours north of here on Saturday to stitch in public with Ruth Top at the Steam and Power Show.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this
Yeah.
is this is one of those shows, where they have the old
Yep.
steam
Yep.
powered farm equipment.
Yep.
And so we were talking to other people that were coming through about the fair, and we said, yeah, she and Robin and I kind of flip flop uh, between who gets ribbons. And so in picture up to 25 inches, she got second, I got fourth, and Robin got honorable mention
Oh.
in needlepoint. Um, Mixed fibers, she got third, Ruth got fourth, I got an honorable mention. So out of there were two honorable mentions. So out of six ribbons, our chapter had three of them.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. Well, we kind of all like doing the same kind of needlework.
Yeah. Right.
So we're all
Yeah.
entering the same categories.
Yeah. Yeah. Competing against yourselves. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Those steam shows. There's one every year near where we used to live in Illinois,
Hmm.
and a friend of mine, he and I, when we were doing photography, we went one day to photograph those. I mean, it's every contraption known to man that operates off of steam,
Oh
and
yeah.
we had a blast photographing them. But when we got in the car and got home, we were just covered in soot and all kind. We smelled terrible, because I mean it's just all this smoke and stuff everywhere,
Yeah.
and both of us commented afterwards the amount of time we had to spend cleaning our camera gear
Oh yeah.
because it was out on tripods the entire day with this stuff just falling from
Oh.
the sky. Yeah, yeah, but oh, we had a blast. It was a great time. Yeah, yeah, those are
Hmm.
wild. Yeah, all those guys that keep all that old gear moving, and it's amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really go out and look at the equipment. I mean, it's a long drive to get up there, and so we just sat. They added a new building on that is going to be the museum. So we were in the
Oh,
new building,
oh, okay.
just at tables, and there were a whole bunch of rug hookers there.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, uh,
oh.
we 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 did this for the first time last year, and there was just the three of us and one other lady who was doing embroidery last year. She was here again this year, but this year there were three women doing rug hooking.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Now, see, I've
Yeah.
never seen that done. That because that's its own art form there. Yeah, I've because when it used to be when people would say rug hooking, it was to me it was that latch hook stuff that people
Right.
did back in the 70s or 80s or whatever it was. But this is not
No.
that at all, not even close. And
No. So it's done on uh, the woman that was sitting across from me was working on burlap.
oh,
But there were, I mean, you can use other ground fabrics that are not quite as coarse. It depends on, your design and all that kind of stuff.
mm-hmm.
And I asked her whether she, uh, whether it was wool yarn that she was doing this with or fabric. And it's fabric. And they
Oh,
cut the fabric into strips. They've got cutters that will do it.
Yeah.
or you can buy it, but I mean, the rug she was working on was probably, I bet it was a yard square. It was a good
Oh.
sized rug,
Uh-huh.
and she had a lot done.
Yeah.
And so and I didn't actually walk around the table and watch her doing it. We were just sitting across the table from each other chatting.
Yeah.
So I didn't see the motion
Right.
of what she was doing, but uh, the wool strips are held underneath, and the wool strips can be all different kinds of widths too.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it just depends on, I guess, what your pattern is.
Yeah. Okay, so burlap, I reacted to the burlap thing because immediately I think of burlap grain sacks. I assume this is a much higher grade burlap.
That didn't look like it.
No, it's still that coarse. Okay, well, all right, that's
Big
different.
holes.
Yeah, okay.
And somebody asked her if she went in every hole, and she said, no, not always. It kind of depends on the pattern and
Okay.
how fat your strip is. But one of the ladies that was there was in her 90s,
Really?
and she's been doing this for decades. And she had a rug there that she she didn't do the whole thing. Somebody had started it, and then she finished it and entered it in the county fair, and it won a blue ribbon, I don't know,
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago or something
Uh-huh.
like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's 90, 93, 90, middle
Yep.
90s.
Still chugging
Still
away.
going
Yep.
strong. Yep.
Good
Hmm.
for her. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. No, that's important. Got to keep moving. Got to keep moving. Yeah, that's. Now
Yeah.
I have I'm in on Facebook. There's a couple of groups for cyclists, what one over 60 and one over 70, and in the over 70, there's a good handful of people, men and women, who are in their 80s and still cycling long distance. Keep moving, keep those joints moving, and that's what they say. Hey, uh, I can still do it, and I'm going to keep doing it. Yep. So, yep.
Hmm.
You got, and that's same thing with needlework. Don't stop.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Don't stop till they stop you. So when you stitch in public like that, was it? Do you get people who stop by to ask you what you're
Oh
doing
yeah.
or to check out? So you do get some activity then.
Yeah. And what always amazes me is that, so I was working on Tequila Sunrise, which is on 18 count canvas.
Yeah.
You know, everybody that stopped and talked to me said, "Oh, that's so fine."
Mm.
And I'm going, "No, some of my other projects are on 40 count linen."
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Robin brought a 40 count silk gauze piece.
Oh, geez. Oh,
So,
yeah.
it's really relative.
Right. Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can stitch on the canvas without, and the lighting was really, really good
Oh, that
in this
helps.
building.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I had my craft optics, but I didn't need them.
Yeah.
I can see fine to stitch on canvas, really, in most locations.
Yeah.
I don't need the extra light usually. So I just shake my head at people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you get that reaction all the time. Oh, I could never do that. Oh, that's so fine. Oh, I can't do that. Well, yeah, you can. You just don't want to. So that's okay.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Nobody's
Or,
forcing you.
they quit doing it because they couldn't see it anymore,
Right.
which probably means they had crappy lighting.
Right. Yep.
And I think that most of the time when people say they can't see their needlework anymore, it's not that maybe they need new glasses or some extra magnification, but probably what they really need is better light.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's step one. Get good bright light and get it at the right angle and have at it. Yep. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, the table lamp or floor lamp in the living room,
Nope. Nope.
not gonna get it.
Nope. Nope, not cutting it. No, you got to get some real light on it. But come
Yeah.
on, I mean that's with just about any hobby, for crying out loud, any close up hobby. I mean
Oh,
it's
yeah.
that's just
Beading,
yeah,
carving, painting.
yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't see it anymore. You just don't want to do it. Just say I quit doing it because I lost interest. Okay, fine.
Yeah, because if you really wanted to do it, you'd find a way to do it.
Right.
And there's plenty of people around that would give advice on, I mean, I see people asking about magnifiers and lamps on Facebook all the time.
Yep. Yeah.
And there's plenty of opinions
Yep.
about, what works for people.
There's a ton of it. Yeah. And for crying out loud, it's 2025. Yeah, we got all kinds of ways to look at stuff up close. Yep. Just gotta
Right.
wanna. So
Yeah.
yeah. I just wish people would just say, well, I lost interest. I was doing it for a while. I lost interest. Okay, that's fine. I
Yeah.
didn't.
Right.
I
Right.
didn't, and I'm not gonna. So,
Right.
oh man, yeah. Oh well. Hey, I've never done that stitch in public. I should try that. I was thinking about the other day. There's a local EGA chapter here, but I was thinking I'm out west of St. Louis, and I was
Mm.
thinking about posting and seeing if there were people in the area who stitched, which I know there are because there are 3 needlework stores in our area within 10 or
Oh,
15
yeah.
miles, and see if I could find a place, to see if people would be interested in gathering, once a month or something. Just, no
Mhm.
formal thing, no affiliation or anything, just to get together and stitch. It seems like that'd be fun to do, but
Mhm.
I have to act on that
Well,
first.
right. Yeah. Go to a meeting, get to know the people.
Yeah, yeah. So, and that's the other thing. Yeah, I need to join the local EGA chapter because they invited me. I went a couple times, and it's a nice chapter. But
Oh, good.
the evening meeting thing, I have trouble with that. It's just time I get to
I
that point,
know.
I just don't want to. So,
Yeah, I
uh,
was going to go to a new book club meeting at the Barnes and Noble last night, and it was at 7 o'clock. And I had a busy day yesterday, and at 6:30, I just did not
yeah,
want to get up and go to the bookstore.
yeah, yep, yep. I know
So
that
I didn't.
feeling. Yep. I just soon sit here in my little room, turn on the TV, and stitch. Thank you very much. Yep. Yep.
And it'll be worse when it gets dark earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
I I know that I won't want to go out.
Just become a hermit. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to. Yeah. I know people are probably sick and tired of hearing about this fracture bees thing that I did. And I'm not going to go through all that I've been through here and on Patreon. But I was thinking the other day because one of the things I talked about was dropping off that bottom section, and some people have a number of, I think more people have said, yeah, they agreed with me than haven't. But everybody has their view. But I this piece has been a revelation, and I think it's been a revelation because I approached it with a different mindset, and that was I just want to do it to stitch on paper, and when I'm
Mhm.
done, if I just throw it in the basket, I really don't care. It was just an experience thing, not something that I wanted to finish to stitch because I want to frame it or have it made into a pillow or something where I really want it to last. This one was just I literally could just throw it in the basket right now and not care. Marga wants to do something with it, so okay, have at it. But it's so the mindset has been different. And so therefore I've looked at the design in a different way. Because I think every design that I've done, I'm sure all of us, there are
Mhm.
elements where it's like, oh, just get me through this section so I can get on to the stuff I really wanted to do. And I was thinking the other day, because it's just laying here on the table, the next time I pick up a new piece, I'm going to look at that in a different light in terms of, am I going to stitch the whole thing? am I just going to stitch this little portion here? Am I
Mm-hmm.
going to modify it because I don't like the way the background was done? It's really it just has got me thinking in a different way about designs in general, rather than, well,
Mm-hmm.
that's the way it's designed, so that's the way I need to execute it. I'm setting aside color. I'm setting
Right.
aside changing the color. I'm just talking about the design itself.
Mm-hmm.
And it really has me, every time I look at something now, it has me thinking, do I really want to do it that way, or
Mm-hmm.
do I want to change it? And one of the things I've been playing with is we all got this quirky autumn
Yeah.
uh, set of smalls from Twin Peak Primitives, and I was playing with this the other day, and I have another question for you on this. Um,
Okay.
and trying to get some threads together, and I started looking at that, and what would I do? Because one that, well, it was your fault because the pumpkin. The pumpkin.
Yeah.
I like the pumpkin.
Yeah.
And so it was, what would I stitch that the way she has it? Would I have all those tendrils around the outside, or would I not? Would I use some needlepoint stitches in the inside
Mm-hmm.
instead of
Cross
she
stitches.
just has cross stitch? And so this whole fracture beads thing just has me looking at all these designs in a different way. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't think I'll approach another one. I mean, other than the ones that that we're working on here, I don't think I'll approach another new one with the same eyes, just
Mm-hmm.
because of that throwaway piece. Well, to me, it was throwaway piece.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah. It's changed my
Yeah,
thinking.
you're right. I mean, everybody just picks a picks a chart because they like it and they stitch it exactly the way that it's, without really even thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because and
And 99.9% of the time, you're perfectly happy with it.
right, right, exactly. Yeah, yeah. But I think how many of little segments or sections or elements where I've just had to talk to myself to get through them because I didn't care for them.
Hmm.
But well, that's the way it's designed, so I got to plow through. No, I don't. No, I don't.
Hmm.
Change it. Do it
Hmm.
different. Leave it out. Leave it out.
Right.
You know, some of these counted canvas pieces. You don't like an element in there, leave it out. Put
Hmm.
something else in. Yeah, or leave it
You
blank.
know, I was thinking about that today. One of the, I'm almost done with another pumpkin project.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about the ones that are left. And one of them is a Mirabilia design. It's called Autumn in My Garden.
Mm-hmm.
And I started at the bottom on this one and I'm working my way up and I'm just kind of getting to where there's pumpkins across the whole thing. I have a lot of stitching left to do on it. And part of it is a border all the way around and all the way up at the top. And there's nothing up at the
Uh-huh.
top.
Yeah.
Her head stops short of the border and there's a few like little, there's a woman with a rake, in the garden with
Yeah.
the pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
So there's leaves kind of floating around, out. But that border, and the reason I've been thinking about it is because it's so hard to mount something like that straight.
Oh, uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't have any wiggles
Yep. Yeah.
on the sides. And
Tedious. Yeah.
when 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 there isn't a border, those wiggles might still be there, but they're not as obvious.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look hard to see them. Now, I've stitched a fair amount of that border, and it's
Uh,
just one row of X's all the way around
ugh.
in brown.
Ugh.
It's not
Oh,
even a
shoot
fun
me.
color.
So what do? You leave it out? You tear it back out, or do something else?
Well, I haven't looked at it in a while,
Okay.
but it's probably the one that I'll start working on when I finish the Halloween cap that I'm finishing it. Should
Yeah.
finish that up, if not this week, next week. I'm really close.
Yeah. At that point where the end is right there. Got to do it. Yep. Everything
Hmm.
else waits. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 hours. And
Ooh. Ooh.
yeah,
At the doorstep.
so it's close. And so then I've got three more that I uh, are you know, in progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will, I'll just take one and I'll work on it until it's done and then do the next one and the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Because flipping around between them, like I was doing when I started these with Whip Go, and
Okay.
that actually was useful because it got me going
Mm-hmm.
and got everything pretty much started
Yeah.
the 2 years that I did the Whip Go thing. But now I just want to finish each one. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm sort of more or less monogamous with that
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a needlepoint piece,
Yeah.
and that's what I want to work on.
Well, yeah, that's
Which means I'm not getting anything done on Phoenix Band Sampler.
yeah. Well, you're not alone there, but I will say, last night, uh, I took the Botany Bay sampler off the rack and put this on. So we're gonna make a run at it now. Um, and that's an interesting thing because Botany Bay. I mean, that's just silk thread, 40 count cross stitch, mindless. Just follow the
Hmm.
chart, execute it, move on to the next thing.
Hmm.
Phoenix takes your attention.
Hmm.
Okay, so I find myself many a night going with the mindless.
Hmm.
It's just want to put something on TV in the background, just some noise, and just be mindless. But then I know that once I actually sit down with the Phoenix Band Sampler, a more complex, needs your attention piece, that I'll get immersed in it.
Hmm.
So it's making that one step, and then once you get going, for me at least, once you get going on one of those, you can't stop.
Hmm.
You just have to keep going because it's challenging you. It's not the same stuff all the time, and you gotta
Hmm.
you know and the colors are great, and you just gotta
Yeah.
dig in. And so I know that's what's going to happen. Is yeah.
But you probably still won't want to work on that in the evening after a long day.
No, no, no. And that's the problem. Is the only time I've been able to get to it's in the evening, and man, I know I'll have to tear out half of what I put in, and I'm not playing that game.
Hmm.
And because you got to pay attention. And but yeah, yeah, it's these pieces have these different levels, and they fit at different times of the day and in different mindsets, and it's an interesting thing. So I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, and I know Beth can pick something up and work on it for a few minutes and put it down and go do something else and
yeah.
pick up
Mm-mm.
something else and work on that. I can't do that.
I can't either. No, she has
Uh,
that ability. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
I I'm if I sit down to stitch, I'm going to stitch for a couple hours at least.
yeah. Yeah, I got to have a clean. I got to have a block of time where I have no idea why I just had to hold my fingers up here to show you a block of time, but I just did. Uh, but yeah, I'm with you. I got to know that for the next couple of hours, I'm not gonna feel like I need to be over here doing this or downstairs doing that. I can just sit down and focus on it. I got to do that. Yeah, and she seems to have that ability to just, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and I can't. You know, doesn't work.
But she makes a lot of progress.
I know.
But I can't do it.
she makes a lot of progress on a lot of pieces. Just
Yeah, yes,
doing
yes.
that. Yeah, yeah. And doesn't work for me. I gotta have a sit down. I gotta have a sit down. Yeah. So,
Hmm.
all right.
Yeah.
Now what we're gonna run out of time. Okay. So here's the question. All right. So quirky autumn, these
Oh yeah.
really cool pieces. All right. All
Hmm.
right. Now, when it comes to color, because of my inability to see a lot of shades, I do tend to stay with whatever is prescribed. Okay.
Hmm.
But I love these quirky autumn things from Twin Peak Primitives. I know the cover photo is not well executed because those colors, I've pulled enough colors to know that the colors that are prescribed are brighter than what are
Hmm.
shown. They
Okay.
needed to adjust the levels in the photo when they took it before they printed it. It's not well done. So that causes problem one is what does the original look like with real
Hmm.
threads? What is the palette of threads and what does that look like? It is not this dull, dirty, murky thing because I've pulled enough threads. Here's some I've pulled right here. Um, for the pumpkin. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
those are bright colors.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
so okay, so that pumpkin is misleading right out of the gate. Okay,
Hmm.
but here's what I encountered last night. I spent too much time getting nowhere. All right. So this then is not on the official list of what to talk about, but I have to ask you because you and Robin and Beth are so much better, way better colors than I am. All right. So my approach is, all right, I need to see the palette of colors that's prescribed,
Hmm.
the DMC colors. I need to see them to see, and then I feel like then I can adjust with some confidence,
Hmm.
as opposed to look at this chart and pick out my own colors. I can't
Hmm.
do that. I don't have that ability. All right. So, all right, fine. I'll get out my DMC colors. Okay, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Eight of the colors for the pumpkin.
Hmm.
And I don't know how many it takes. I don't have any more. Don't have the other colors in DMC. All right, I have a whole ton of Cosmo. I get out the Cosmo conversion chart and start pulling the Cosmo threads. Okay, I have two. Like, you got to be kidding me. I've got a pile of Cosmo threads. I got two. So I can't get the palette together to see what it is, to see if I like it or if I want to alter it. So
Hmm.
then I go all the way back to the beginning now. I'm going to talk to you today. When you look at a piece like that, how do you go about the colors?
I don't usually change cross stitch chart.
Okay.
Uh, I usually don't change the colors on cross stitch. What are you going to use for a ground fabric?
Oh, I haven't decided that yet. Not this murky, dirty stuff that they have. No, I can't. I can't deal with that. Well, they use vintage country mocha, the old standby. I don't
Oh.
like it. I need a brighter, cleaner, whiter.
Hmm.
Uh, I can't deal with that. I don't really. I'm not a big fan of the primitive look, but I'm not a big
Hmm.
fan in general of samplers, primitive, whatever it is, where people try to make it look aged and dirty. That's not the way it started,
No.
and I don't
No.
visually. I don't enjoy that look. I
No.
want to wash it. I want to get done stitching, and then I want to wash it to get all the dirt off of it, and I can't. I got to start brighter than that. So.
Okay, so what about your color and cotton threads?
Well, see, there's the other problem. Now I've got a ton of color and cotton threads because for
Hmm.
people who don't know, Marga cards up color and cotton threads for them. And out of every hank, she's allowed to keep one skein. So, and she's done a ton of them. And so I have a pile and a half of color and cotton threads, all right, of all colors, and a real good collection, okay? To the point where I even said to Margaret, look, I've got enough for right now. You don't need to keep giving me skeins,
Hmm.
okay? But there's no that I know of. There is no
Conversion.
conversion, and it's just in a big pile in the cabinet behind me. So
Okay.
that in itself becomes this massive project of sorting out what am I going to do? What colors might be options? So I don't know. I just got to a point where I was at a wall and I didn't know where to go.
So we were talking to Ruth about changing colors on canvas projects, and she says I just can't do it. I just do whatever the designer says. I can't change the colors. And but she kind of wants to be able to do that. And so I suggested that she sort her threads in her stash into colors and
Okay.
then get out her DMC color card and find the color range of, whatever. Um, let's say it's greens,
Yeah.
uh, however many from the dark to the light, and then pull out all of her other green threads and starts kind of lining them up. I don't know if that'll work for you with your color blindness. I don't know how well. I mean,
Well,
with greens, it might not, but
I
oranges, can you see
yeah,
oranges
I
fairly
can do
well?
oranges, yeah. And I can do
Okay.
greens if I know I'm looking at green.
Okay.
I can make it work. I have enough I have 70 years of memorizing greens that I can make
Right.
it work.
But
If
you'd need help sorting your threads into the greens.
right, right, because I'll
Yeah.
have some browns and some reds in there that I think are green. Yes, that's where I have trouble.
Hmm.
Yes, right. But once I
Yeah.
know I have all greens, I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, you can, and I do this, when I'm trying to find threads to go with an overdyed. I get the color card out and I just kind of run my thread up and down the rows of color until I find the color that matches what's in the thread.
Okay.
And I go either direction from that to get lighter and darker shades
Mm-hmm.
because you don't want everything to be the same uh, color value.
Right. Right. So okay. So then so literally then I need to clear the table off, spread them out, sort them out, and get the color card out and basically pass the thread over the threads till it disappears and matches, and then
Hmm.
okay, all right. So and I don't mind. So basically, there's no easy path. Uh, yeah, yeah. Because you can't go by the names of the threads because of course color and cotton's got all the catchy thread names.
And DMC doesn't name their threads. And I'm sorry if
Right.
there's noise in the background. They're mowing the
That's all
lawn.
right. Yeah. Yeah, they don't name their it's numbers there, and everybody else has cute little names, and so yeah.
Right.
And it would be really helpful if these overdye people would say, in parentheses, DMC 422
Well,
or
and
thereabouts.
some of
But
them on, sometimes charts that have overdyed threads in them, like Dinky Dyes or some of these other ones, the designers will
yeah,
give DMC alternates.
right,
Of course,
right,
if you want a thread that's got some variation in it, that's hard to do with DMC.
right. Yeah, and this is all straight DMC. So, um, okay, well, that I just got frustrated because I've got this room full of threads, and here I am. I can't get one simple little project threaded up, is set up so I can just stitch it. And I'm sure I have linens, and that's I know I have linen of all kinds.
Hmm.
It's not a question of I just got to go to the drawer and pull one out and decide what to use. But first,
But you want to lay the threads on the linen too,
right,
because the
right,
linen it will be part of the color story.
right.
You wouldn't want to use a bright white linen.
No, no. But that was my thing is I wanted to get the threads together
Okay.
and then lay them on the linen that I'd like or think I'd like, and then adjust. But I couldn't
So how
even get it.
many how many are you missing
Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
for
Well,
just the pumpkin?
There's 14 in the pumpkin,
Oh
and
my
I
gosh.
have 8.
Plus the Cosmo?
No, that's I
That
miscounted. That
included the
that
Cosmo?
that includes the Cosmos. So I'm 6 short. See,
Oh.
it's too many. If I was 1 or 2, I could figure that out. But um, and so I'm sitting there going, all right, I got a room full of threads, and I never have. You'd think I could sit down on a Sunday night and pull threads and have a project, or pull 10 of 12 and know the other 2 are this, and go find an equivalent. But I can't do it. And so then, all right, do I need to sit down and order a bunch of DMC, just to have them? No, I'm not doing that. So, I don't know. I just always
Does,
feel like I have 80% of what I need to do something.
yeah.
And
I don't remember. Does Color and Cotton have DMC in the store too?
that I can't tell you. I don't remember. Um,
I I I wasn't in there very long because it was crowded and I
yeah. I'm
didn't
two
want to
miles
stand.
away. I ought to probably just go over there. Uh, it just,
Well,
yeah.
and since they are a full service needlework store, basically cross stitch store,
Yeah.
they might have the DMC in there. I just don't remember.
Yeah. I just don't remember either. Yeah. I mean, I went in there twice. I've been in there, and it was to get a very specific couple of things, and I was in and out because it was a Saturday and it was full of people, and I just get me out of here. So,
Well,
um,
yeah, I'd try first. So I don't know how many oranges do you have of the Color and Cotton?
I have no idea. Okay. So what you've clarified for me is I have this massive amount of color and cotton thread. I ought to take a day and sort that out and get some organization to that so that it becomes
and
useful.
and know what you have.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's step one. Because
Hmm.
that's where I got to was, all right, clearly I can't do this in a 2-hour period on a Sunday night and make this happen. All right. So then, all right, back to square one. What is square one, and where do I go from there? All right. So you've answered the question. I got a pile of color and cotton. Cotton. I need to get organized into colors, and in some way, it'd be helpful if I identified them with DMC threads. I have a pile of Cosmo threads, same pile, different brand, that I need to do the same thing with, though I have a conversion chart for that. But
Right.
every time I go to do conversions of those, I got to get all the piles out and sort through them all. So I need to get some organization to this thing so that
Hmm.
I don't waste so much time.
Yeah. So get yourself a box of gallon-sized Ziploc bags, or put them on rings.
Yeah,
Uh, I wouldn't take the time to put them uh, on floss
no, not happening. Bobbins, no,
bobbins,
no.
or even what am I trying to the floss things that you hang the floss off of. You use them with your silks.
Oh yeah, those things.
Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
teardrop, floss drops or
right.
whatever. Yeah, right. No.
Yeah, right. Uh, yeah, but you could still put the skeins through a ring
Yeah,
and put them in number order or color, or whatever makes sense to you. Probably number order if you're going to be using a DMC conversion chart,
yeah,
because you don't want to be pawing through everything trying to find a number. You just want to, or try, if you put all your greens together, then you're going to have to hunt for a number.
right, right.
So I have my threads organized. The threads that I'm going to look for by number, they're organized by number.
Okay.
So the DMC is by number. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. Okay.
Some of the Rainbow Gallery, I have a fair amount of Splendor,
Mm-hmm.
and that's organized by number.
Yeah. Okay. Because
But
my DMC is organized by number. That
mhm,
I have. I have that much. you
right.
know. But yeah, the rest of it, and based on this recent experience, the ones that I need to fill in the gaps are just piles of thread. And so, okay, so then And I ask this question for me, but I know other people have the same question all the time.
Right.
You
Right.
see it all the time. So
Hmm.
what it comes down to is just suck it up and get yourself organized, and then go from there. Yeah.
And you may still find that you need a couple of skeins of DMC,
Okay.
or you need to go to Color and Cotton and find, if they
Yeah.
don't have DMC, find the I mean they have so many different colors. I don't know if they've ever even tried to do a conversion.
Probably not. Yeah.
But, take your color card in there and say, okay, I need 727,
Right. Yeah.
you know, something that goes with that,
Yeah.
or is close to it. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, but close
Right.
to it.
Yeah. No, I'm not going for exact, and that's the other thing, is I don't intend to be exact when I actually start to stitch the project. I intend to brighten these designs up.
Okay.
I want to know what the base is and say, all right, I want this to be a little brighter look,
Uh-huh.
maybe a little more contrast, and that's what I was
Hmm.
trying to get to, and I couldn't get past first base on the thing. And
Well, you have to know what you're starting with,
yeah, that's what, yeah,
and what goes where. I mean, for the canvas pieces, uh, when I first started changing the colors, I just picked out the colors in my overdyed, and put them, replaced whatever, and stitched. And now I find that, and what I did was fine. It could have been better. And the way you make it better, and this would work for cross stitch too, is that you look to see where each thread is used.
mm-hmm,
So if you're going to brighten up a thread, uh, or make it a little bit lighter, you don't want to put that right next to something that's already kind of light,
yeah,
unless you change that one too.
right,
So it's worth it to take the time on a painted canvas chart, counted canvas chart, to go through and say, okay, I think I want to use this thread to replace this thread. Where is that thread used
mm-hmm,
throughout to make sure that it's appropriate both in weight and color.
yeah, yeah, yep,
And it takes time to do, but I you get a much better product.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I just, because these small things, like when we go to our son's house, I would like to have,
Perfect.
smaller things like that.
Hmm.
I mean, there's a place there where I can set up a nest and stitch on bigger projects, but yeah, I'd like to have these smaller things, and I really like them, and I really
Hmm.
like to finish them all. But man, yeah, I thought, all right, I'm just going to order. At one point, I was so frustrated. I'm just going to order every DMC color I don't have. That is just stupid. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Um, that's just,
Hmm.
yeah, not happening. And that's the other trouble. And this is my fault. Is I've got several projects that are started that have DMC threads in them in bags, and so I probably have some of the colors I'm missing, but then I'd have to go dig through all those to find those, and it's my fault. It's lack of organization.
Well, and then you'd take them out of that project, and when you went back to that
Yep,
project, you wouldn't know where they were.
that's right. That's right. That's what
So
stopped me. Yep.
so I have done that with some of the pumpkin projects, with like Weeks Dye Works or Classic Color Works, or whatever, um, where I didn't want to get, because neither project used a whole skein. I didn't
Yeah.
want to buy two whole skeins.
Right.
So I had made a list of all of the different threads that I needed for all of these different projects. And then I looked to see where there were duplicates. And then I put notes in the project bags.
Oh.
You know, this, and this are in this project bag. And
Uh.
if I moved them from that project bag over to this project bag, I put a note in the project
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So basically, this is coming down to I need to get my organization organized, and then I'll be able to tackle this thing. I was trying to make sense out of chaos, and it was not going to happen. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
How come we keep learning that lesson? You know?
I don't know,
We
but
do.
yeah,
Yep.
every time.
Yep. All right. We're going to call it right there. So there you go, folks.
Okay.
Insight into my frustrations. And yeah.
Organize,
Yep.
organize, organize.
Yep. Worth the time ultimately, because I've wasted a ton of time that I could have used to
Hmm.
organize, and then I wouldn't. Yeah. So, okay.
And you'd be stitching now.
I know. I know. Yeah. Well, that got shoved aside now. And that's the other thing is I get frustrated and I just set it aside. I'll get to it some other time and work on something that I have all the threads together for. And yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And I never get progress. Yeah. All right. We're calling it right there. That's it. Patreon.com/fibertalk. Please subscribe. We'd like to have you part of the community there. Letitia Gibier of Corey's Little Shop is Sunday's guest. She hates the color gold. Doesn't hate. She just doesn't like the color gold, but she does gold work. So, and it's pretty stunning stuff. Let me just tell you.
Oh boy.
Yep. That's it. Thanks for listening.
Bye.